Hey, my name is Brittny McKay. I've been a real estate agent for about almost 10 years. And I'm making this video for like my younger home buyers. When I hear people say, "Oh, it doesn't make sense for me to buy a home. I don't know where I want to live yet." And when I hear people say things like that, it breaks my heart because they don't realize the amount of money that they're missing out on. So, by me being a part of the younger generation as well, I'm only 33, right? So, I've been a realtor for a while and I started when I was younger. And the amount of young people that I've sold homes for, and they're walking away with these big $80,000 checks, $100,000 checks, and they're young as well, and they're moving on to their second properties. Young couples bought a home, for whatever reason they had to move. Okay, they moved somewhere else. They sold their house, got an $80,000 check when they moved to go to Plan B. When you're renting a house and you go to Plan B, you pack your stuff up, you go to Plan B, the next place, you pack up what you came with and you go. You're not leaving with an 80 or 100 or even a $50,000 check from the house, right? Because you're not invested in that property. And even if the homeowner didn't want to sell, you can always rent that home out. Why don't people think in terms of, hey, I'm going to rent this home out and then I'll go and move somewhere else? Like, there's other options of when you buy a home, you're not stuck in this one place forever. You can rent that home out, you can sell that home. In general, homes do appreciate. And in my experience, um, my clients, they come back 2 years. Britt, I'm ready to move again. We sell a house, they get a check, they move on. Um, in my experience, I haven't had anyone with a bad experience, but this is my personal opinion. I'm not saying this for anyone else, but I mean, it always makes sense to buy real estate and wait, not to wait and buy real estate, because the market, it just keeps increasing in price, and the more and more you wait, the higher these sales prices are going. I mean, they are just increasing, seems like by the day. When you compare the sales prices now to just 2 years ago, they've increased so much. People are talking about the interest rate. Yes, the interest rates, they have increased, but so have the sales prices too. So just think about, if you would have bought a home 2 years ago and you got in a lease, or even a year ago and you got into a lease, you is paying, I don't know, $2,000 a month. You spent $24,000 in rent. That money could have went towards your mortgage, and you're paying the mortgage down. The house is also appreciating because people are buying houses like crazy. It's like a no-brainer. People don't think, I think young home buyers don't think about the appreciation when it comes to home ownership. Now, I also live in Louisiana, and I know I can't speak for areas like New York where to buy a home it might cost $6,000 a month. Here, a mortgage is not $6,000 a month. A mortgage payment might be about 1,500, 1,800, even $2,000 a month. I can't speak for places where a normal mortgage payment is $3,000 a month. I'm talking about where places where your mortgage payment is about the same as a rent payment. That makes sense. If you're going to pay the same amount you would pay for rent, it makes sense to buy, because at the end of the day, your property is going to appreciate, when in rent is just going to nowhere. You're paying a mortgage, it's just not your own, when the landlord's property is just appreciating. So I just wanted to share that, maybe to hopefully help make it make sense for other people, because I'm a young person too, and I know a lot of times when you hear from much older people, and I have sold a lot of houses where these people are walking away with big checks. So it does make sense to purchase a house. It does. You can later rent that house out. You can pull that equity out that house when it appreciates, and you can go buy other properties with it. You can leverage the equity in your property. You can pull the equity out to go buy the second property, that if you get moved somewhere for your job. Like, it's just so many other things you can do when you just buy real estate versus just renting. It just makes sense. Even if you don't know where you want to live, if you're still stuck on that, buy a multifamily property for your first property. Why? Because at least it's bringing in income. And then if you're still stuck on that, I don't know where I want to live kick, at least when you do move, you have an income property for that first property that's going to pay for itself and hopefully pay, for some of that second property that you buy. To buy a fourplex for your first property while you're still trying to figure out where you want to live. Go buy a fourplex for the first property while you're still trying to figure things out. That's the best thing that I would give, the best advice I would give somebody trying to figure out what should they buy for their first property when they don't know where they want to live. They're in between what they want to do. Buy a fourplex, because at least you'll be generating some income while you try to figure out what you want to do, and then the surplus of income will help pay for that second property when you do decide where you want to move. And when you buy a fourplex for your first property, you can use an FHA loan, which is a loan where you can use putting 3.5% of the sales price down. So meaning if the sales price is, just to make numbers easy, if the sales price is $100,000, 3.5% is $3,500. So you will come out of pocket for the down payment of $3,500. Yes, you have closing costs, which is roughly 6%. Could be up to 6%, which you can ask the seller to pay for. But just to keep things simple, the down payment requirement is 3.5%. So that's a great option for a person who, I don't know where I want to live, so I'm just not going to buy a house. No, buy a fourplex and then figure it out later, because you'll have this income producing asset for when you do figure it out. You have a fourplex that's generating income. So I hope this can help someone, put someone in a better financial situation. Again, it's not intended for those who live in places where your mortgage payment supersedes how much rent would be in an area. And this is really based on how things are down here in the South. Like I said, I'm in Louisiana. Our rents are low, our mortgages are low compared to areas like New York and California, where y'all have like $6,000 a month rent and mortgage payments. We don't have that here. So yeah, just wanted to share that for my younger generation type buyers. Hope that can help someone. But also, you should seek the advice of a mortgage professional and a realtor in your area to see what is the best route for you to take in your situation. So again, my name is Brittny McKay. I'm a real estate agent in Louisiana, and if I can help you, just let me know. And you can follow me on Instagram. I'm the_real estate_lady.